Welcome to Just Minding My Business Media, LLC. It is always a new day, and that means if you have the right mindset, there are new possibilities. Just Minding My Business Media invites you to come grow with us. Become known for your products or services on JMMB Radio Podcast, heard in over 200 countries, or if you're ready to take the leap, move to Mindset Movers TV as a host or series producer, broadcasting to the combined audience of Roku and Fire TV. So let's grow together. Contact us at jmmbradio@gmail.com. Right from the heart. A book without a pulse is like a person without a spirit. Linda Radke, President of 5 Star Publications. Today we welcome Christina M Johnson, who is an award-winning educator and best-selling author who has helped over 1,000 individuals plan, profit, pen, and publish their books, and start their own publishing companies. Mrs. Johnson is visionary and creator of the R.I.S.E Virtual Summit 2022, Mompreneur 5-Day Author Challenge, Power Prose, eBook Master Training, and Book to Bank programs. She is also a certified youth and at-risk communities trainer and founder of Testimony Publishers, LLC. Welcome, Christina.
Hi, how are you? I'm so excited to be here this evening. Thank you for having me.
We are so glad to have you. So let's go ahead and start with beginnings. How did you get started with everything that you're doing?
Wow, that is a loaded question. How did I get started? I have to go way back to the beginnings of my calling. I believe I've always wanted to be a voice for people that were hurting, be a voice for people that couldn't speak up for themselves. And I've been doing that ever since I was a young girl in Baltimore City. I was born and raised in Baltimore. I went to school, some of the best schools in and around the city, Dunbar Senior High School. I went to Coppin State University for my undergrad. I was also trained in education at Johns Hopkins University, which is also in Baltimore. So there are a lot of good things going on in Baltimore, and I have been able to get some pieces of those things. But it all started when I was younger. I've been given a divine entrepreneurial spirit, and that started when I was younger as well. So I've always been that go-getter. So early on, I knew that I was going to be doing something a little bit different than just the traditional work a 9 to 5, go to school and do things the normal way. I knew I was going to be doing something different.
When did you have the desire to work with publishing or writing? When did that come about?
Okay. Professionally, my writing career actually began in high school. I was publishing documents in high school. I also published during my college years, and all of those publications came about in the scientific area, the area of journalism, as well as in education. So I have different publications all throughout my life. I also used to write poetry as a way of expressing myself. As a child, I went through a lot of things growing up, on the tough streets of Baltimore. It's not easy. So writing was a way for me to express myself and also to heal along the way. So I guess you could say writing was cathartic for me. It ended up leading to writing a full-on play that I produced. It was sponsored. I put it on, on the college level. I received grants to actually do the play in Baltimore City for the R.I.S.E Festival, where over 100,000 people come to that festival every year. And I was paid to actually put on that play, More Than Conquerors, a hip hop musical. I have written books to encourage women emotionally with Emotional Wellness Volume 3. I've also written a 4-book series, Conquers Cash, that helps people with their faith, forgiveness, and just focusing on what really matters. And that's getting yourself together and empowering yourself so that you can be your highest self for your loved ones and your community. And it's gone on to helping other people to express themselves and be the voice that they want in the world.
Yeah. Christina, I just want to backtrack a little bit so that people get to know you a little bit better. You talk about the tough streets of Baltimore. You talk about empowering. When was there a time in your life that you felt that you would never move forward again?
Let me think about that. I believe we've all had those instances, but something is a little bit different with me because growing up, my father was what they would call a working addict. He was able to do everything he wanted to do with drugs and alcohol and then still be able to go to work. So he was a working addict. My mom suffered from mental health issues that wasn't easily diagnosed for many years. I don't know if it was because she was a Black woman or if we were, in an impoverished community. I don't know what the reasoning was, but she just couldn't be diagnosed right and treated correctly for years. So going through that, a lot of times people look in on situations like that and they're like, man, it was hard. You must have felt, down and out. But the whole time I knew from the very depths of my soul that was not it for me. I knew that there was a way out of it. I didn't know what the way was and I didn't know how, but I always knew that it was not it for me. And even in my adulthood, when there were times my husband and I, we started a business, it totally failed. We lost everything. We became homeless. We lost our cars, lost everything. And we had children. And it was times when we would just look at each other and we did not have money to even feed everyone for the night. But we always knew that was not it for us. And I think it's that burning desire within that I've been able to harness by God's grace and help other people because they've been able to see what I've come through. And they're like, if she can do that, maybe there's hope for me.
I think that is such a big part of the story. Testimony Publishers says it in its name, testimony. And talk a little bit about your different businesses, and let's leave Testimony Publishers for last. But let's talk a little bit about the different things that you've done. You've done so much. And like you said, every last one of them has been to empower other people. And I've been privileged to actually be in one of your programs, still working on it. I haven't forgotten. And just tell people about what you do, the Mompreneur's 5-Day Author Challenge.
Right. Okay. So the Mompreneur 5-Day Author Challenge is exactly what it is. We help mompreneurs to share their story over the course of 5 days. We help them to hone in on their why and the reasoning behind why they even believe they want to share their story. A lot of times when people want to share, it's for a greater reason. It's not always to make money. Most of the times it's not even to make money. That's usually the last reason. It's usually to help other people, inspire them, to let them see that there's, a brighter day ahead. So that's exactly what we're doing with mompreneurs. We're taking their story and we're helping them to share it over the course of 5 days. And then at the end of 5 days, they have either the introduction for their book or their entire ebook already done. So that's a treat for a lot of the participants to come out, and they're really excited because in 5 days, they've been able to accomplish what they have never been able to accomplish in all of their years of wanting to write a book.
Awesome. Nice. Very nice. What about Power Prose eBook Master Training?
Okay, so the Power Prose eBook Master Training is for people who want a little bit more in-depth experience with writing a book. So we start with an ebook, but the ebook can be easily turned into a print book. The ebook, we start out with pre-selling it. a lot of times people just want to write, but they don't know who's going to want to buy the book. So if you are an entrepreneur or business owner, you don't just want to write any type of book. You want to write a book that is going to help propel, or I like to say accelerate your business success. So that book has to have an audience. It has to appeal to your clients and customers so that you can bring in more of them. Your book being used as a lead magnet to get more clients and customers into your business. That is the main focus of the ebook master training. It's usually for people who want to either start or scale their business using their book. So that's what we're focused on in that training, pre-selling it, getting the audience together. So by the time you are desiring to publish, you already have the money because you pre-sold it. And then you already have the audience that you can go to for advanced readership, reviews. And then even when you start to sell the book, they're going to buy that, buy it again because they are supporting you and what you're doing.
Very good. Okay, one more, Book to Bank program.
Oh, the Book to Bank program is fun. It's actually a membership program. So what we're doing in Book to Bank is doing exactly what it says. We are taking your idea for a book and we're taking it straight to the bank. We are using that book so that you can get the money up to do whatever you want to do, whether it's just the ebook, if it's a print book, if it is an e-course or a membership group. You're using that book to start your different opportunities. So that's what the Book to Bank membership is about.
Okay, I wanted to ask all those questions so our audience could understand what Testimony Publishers is.
Mm-hmm.
This is a well-grounded, it's been around for a long time. It is also her entire family is involved. Her children have written their own books and continue to grow in their own business. So Testimony Publishers LLC is well-founded. If you have the idea for a book, this is the lady to contact. This is the company to get in touch with. So along that line, you've done all this. I know we don't have much time with you, Christina, because we could be on here for a long time talking. But I want to ask you about R.I.S.E Virtual Summit 2022.
Okay. The R.I.S E Virtual Summit 2022 is our next focus for what we're doing with Testimony Publishers LLC. So with R.I.S E, we are focusing on family empowerment, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. We want families to do a little bit more than we've been doing in the past. So my husband, Anthony Johnson, and I, we've come across a lot of men and women, married couples, or either single parents with children who believe they have to do it themselves. You don't have to do it yourself. You can do it as a family unit. Everyone can play their small part. It could be a very small part in what the family is doing, and you can leave a lasting legacy for yourself and your family. And that's what we're doing with R.I.S E. So we want to reclaim our faith and belief that great things are ahead for us and our families. We want to invest in ourselves, our families, and our communities. We want to serve like we never have before so that we can reap the harvest that we've never reaped before. And then we want to empower our communities to be better and greater, stronger, and much more powerful economically, and as far as the family is concerned. So that's R.I.S E. It's an acronym that stands for Reclaim, Invest, Serve, and Empower. We're offering how to start your own trucking company, how to start your own publishing company, how to write your ebook, how to get started with Airbnb, how to start your business the right way, how to scale it, how to build a dream team. All of these things are being offered at the R.I.S E Virtual Summit 2022. And we have multi-millionaires who are our keynote speakers. We have speakers who have helped Dell get to billions of dollars and beyond. We have inventors who have patented their ideas and they're showing you how to do it. So it's a full array of topics and themes, but overall, we are all about rising to the occasion. Despite the pandemic, despite job loss, whatever the economic downturn is, we are going to rise. And that's what the R.I.S.E Virtual Summit 2022 is all about.
Very fine. Now, I want to backtrack once again because you're talking about R.I.S E and you're talking about the family, you're talking about community. And I mentioned your babies, what they have done. So, could you tell our audience about what you as a family have done and your children have done? Because she's not just talking, folks, she's an example of what she's talking about. So, please go ahead, Christina.
Thank you. I appreciate that. With my family, it has been a long time coming because I was one of those parents, parent entrepreneurs who believed, man, I have to do this. I got to get this set up. I have to put everything in place for my children. I. And over the years, I believe I've been shown, no, that is not the case. My children have always wanted to help. Little children, they'll come in and they're pretty nosy, right? They're like, okay, mom, what are you doing? Dad, what are you? So they want to know and they want to help. They want to show that they can do also. So I put that to work. I finally put it to work. And as a result, my children have been helping me and my husband in our businesses. I do want to say this, though. During the pandemic, when it first started in 2020, it was a lot going on in our family. And our children are between the ages of 4 and 15. So it was just a lot going through their minds as well. And my husband and I noticed a difference in their behavior and what was going on with them. Like the conversations were different. They were more on edge. And I was like, something needs to be done. So we sat down and we talked to our children. They said, they were bothered. They were really frustrated about everything that was going on, and rightfully so. So we decided that we were going to do something as a family. And the children said, well, why don't we publish a book? You're a publisher. Hey, So that's how their first book, Hip Hop Hair, came about. And we published it. They wrote it. They did all of the illustrations. They ended up being sponsored by Maryland Public Television's Women Leadership Forum. Mace, the former hip hop artist turned pastor, also supported their efforts by sharing their book on Instagram, and it shot up the charts on Amazon. So not only were they already best-selling authors, but it shot up even more after Mace assisted, thank God. So it was a lot going on with that. They also have a clothing brand based on some of the things that were going on at the time with the brutality against our Black men and women in America. Their hip hop hair book, and then also they have a Sisters Are Forever line. So they decided to put their heart's desire to work for them, and then other people start to support their efforts as well. And that's the same thing for anyone out there that's viewing now. If you have a burning desire or just a thought that won't quit, no matter how much you try to get rid of it or not pay it any attention, it still comes back. That is probably your calling to go ahead and do that particular thing. And once you start on the road to completing that or carrying it out, your destiny helpers will come. The people that are supposed to be supporting you, they will come along the way. So don't worry about that. When your time comes, everything will fall into place for you.
Thank you so much, Christina. So many people need to hear that because everybody has a story. And those stories can really help someone else. It's not always about the person. I mean, it's cathartic to get it down on paper. Right. But there's somebody who needs to hear that story, and they will think that most people think that they've gone through all these things in their life. And even though they know other people have experienced it, they still feel as if they're alone. So it's just good to have you. Christina has been in and around Just Minding My Business media for a long time. So we're well acquainted with her family, and her works. And I'm thinking that maybe at R.I.S E, the summit, you will actually get to meet members of her family, certainly her husband. She also has a Facebook. Tell them about that. I know you do broadcast on Facebook, I believe it is, a few times a week. So how do people find you to catch up with that broadcast?
Okay, awesome. We have a Facebook group. It's called Entrepreneurs Creating Wealth Beyond Six Figures. Everyone wants to get to six figures, right? So we're now trying to get beyond that point, because at some point, $100,000 is not going to be enough to live off of for a family, especially a family our size. So the group is called Entrepreneurs Creating Wealth Beyond Six Figures. We do live trainings. And it's a free group. All you have to do is answer like 3 questions to get approved to come in, and you're in. You can participate in the master classes. We have trainings. We have guests come in who are entrepreneurs. They do business presentations once a month. Actually, there was one this evening. We also have Wealthy Wednesday talks with my husband and I, where we get on, we do some mental and motivational type conversation. In the group as well, we do giveaways. We've been blessed to be able to give away over $30,000 to members of the Facebook group who are entrepreneurs and who are aspiring entrepreneurs to either start or scale their businesses or help them in some way in their business. So it's always something going on in the group. So get over there. If you're on Facebook, get over there to the group. You can also visit our website for the R.I.S.E Summit. It's www.risenowsummit.com, and you will be able to take advantage of the fast action pricing that's going on now. But you will not be sorry. This is an opportunity for the entire family. Like Miss Ruth said, my children will be doing a presentation. They're going to do a story time for the little ones. They'll also be talking about how to write a best-selling children's book for you parents who maybe want to write a children's book about your children, or do it together with your children, or have your children write it on their own. For the entrepreneurs out there, business owners, if you want to write a book so that you can help grow or scale your business, we're going to be covering that as well. For you gentlemen or ladies, if you want to start your own trucking company, we're talking about that too. How to monetize a Facebook group, how to monetize your Instagram or your Clubhouse. We're talking all about digital income and how you can increase it for yourself and your family. So get over to the Facebook group, get over to the R.I.S.E Summit. The event. When is the event? February 19th through 23rd. So we have the live kickoff on the 19th of February. That's a Saturday night. Saturday night is going to be live. So make sure you get your virtual tickets before then, because you are not going to want to miss it. We have some special guests. We're doing the giveaways. So you don't want to miss it.
Well, Christina M Johnson of Testimony Publishers, LLC. We've really enjoyed talking with you. And just for a little bit, could you tell people about Testimony Publishers, LLC, and how to get in touch with you for Testimony Publishers in case they have an idea for a book?
Okay.
And I just want to give this little bit before you say anything. When you, like I said earlier, sometimes we feel that our story is just our story. And sometimes one of the reasons we don't tell our story is because there is so much to it. There's sometimes a lot of grief, a lot of shame, sometimes even guilt. Right. I want you to know that Christina M. Johnson is trustworthy. If you tell her what you want to do, she will keep your confidence, and she will encourage you to put that story, your story, down on paper. So please, Christina, tell them how to reach Testimony Publishers.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just visit our website, and it's under my name, http://ChristinaMarciaJohnson.com. I'm not sure if we could put that in the chat now, but it's my name, ChristinaMarciaJohnson.com. Once you get to that website, it's clear. It directs you to information about me, my family. It's a freebie on that website. If you're interested in writing, it goes over the writing process, how to get from blank page to published book. On the website, it's also information on the programs that I offer. And even if you don't want to move forward with me, I encourage you, write your story. Get into the Facebook group, the Entrepreneurs Creating Wealth Beyond Six Figures Facebook group. You can ask me questions there. So you have access to me. whether or not you want to move forward. But I will say this, there are people waiting to hear from you. Only you can speak to a certain number of people because they have been called to hear, and not only hear, but have the heart to hear from you. So that's what I believe. I believe that every person has a story, but their story is specific to a group of people. That group of people are your people. And your story is going to be able to give them hope. It's going to be able to encourage them during tough times. It's going to be able to inspire them during the good times when they have to move forward and keep moving. And then also think about it this way. If you hold back on sharing your story and how you've been able to overcome challenges and get over this and overcome that, if you hold that back, that's going to be a disservice to the people that are waiting to hear from people like you. So just think of it in a way. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but I really, really want to encourage you. Do not hold back your testimony. Do not hold back your story, because you have overcome, not just for yourself, but for others.
No more to be said. Thank you so much, Christina, for being with us here at Just Minding My Business Media, LLC. We look forward to seeing more of you. And we are excited about your summit, which is February 19th through the 23rd. And we invite everybody who run on over there, get your tickets so that you can be a part of this, so that your family can be a
Yes.
part of this. This
Yes.
is a family affair. So we just thank you so much, Christina, for bringing your presence to our stage and sharing your information and your passion. That is so encouraging. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.